Hey, what's going on YouTube? So I just got done watching action-packed zombie video thingy. Pull it up right quick. Leaked pictures, that sort of thing. And so I went to his link on his channel, Facebook page. And so I'm going through the pictures right now. I'm going to tell you what I think of them. And this is kind of a response to him because I've kind of looked at everything pretty closely. Okay, so the first picture I'm on is basically the zoomed out version of the car burning. Now what's really interesting is this car looks eerily similar to the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo. So if you know anything about Scooby-Doo, you would know that one of the movies that came out, I believe it was actually the first Scooby-Doo movie, actually had zombies in it, so that's pretty interesting. Now, on the left side, kind of the same era, it looks like a Chevy, like an old Chevy car, you know, maybe a, I can't remember what they're called, I want to say a Chevelle, but that's kind of what it looks like over on the left side. It looks like the back side is actually, or the front side's on fire through the engine compartment, and you can kind of see the back window, and then the silver line looks what would probably be the bumper. And of course you can see actually two zombies. There's one kind of off in the distance, right behind the one that you can clearly see. And so enough of that. And of course he's got a zoom up of this, and so it clearly looks like there's two zombies. Now the zoom up of this, there's something way, like, just, it does not fit at all. If you look at the car, the red car or van Mystery Machine, it looks like, I want to say Hulk, like right behind the windows, and you can kind of see his head over the top and big, you know, bicep looking arms. The trap muscle, if you don't know what that is, that's basically the muscle that connects your neck to your shoulder. It's pretty big, and to me it just looks like Hulk. So, pretty interesting. Now, if I have to give you a location of this map, it looks somewhat similar to a map from Battlefield, to be honest. It looks kind of like Terrain Highway, but this looks like it's under a highway, you know, those clover looking highway things, you know, like in Dallas or whatever. Now in the bottom right, the zoomed out picture of what we were talking about looks like a bull or maybe a hellhound or something like that. It doesn't look metallic in nature, but it does definitely look like something. It's something important because it's right there. Another thing you might notice is that the screen is very blurry. Now, the only two times I've ever seen anything like this go blurry on a Call of Duty game is either when you have a gas zombie that's blown up around you, or even some like really fast-paced car games. When you speed up, it kind of blurs the thing. So maybe this is some kind of super speed. I don't know. Just pretty interesting. So, moving on. Next picture I'm looking at is basically there's this wall, and there's a huge hole in the wall on the left, and you can see a whole nother building. Once again, it looks 60s era. The bottom half looks somewhat like a diner or something like that. Yeah, pretty interesting. And, let's see. I don't know if there's something in the window, like a person in like a white gown. If you look all the way over to the left, there's going to be a window, which is pretty much just a window, and there's going to be another window to the right of that, and it looks like there's someone standing there, and the window to the right of that is just white. So it's all on the left side of the building. Just something I noticed. Maybe it's not anything. Okay, so now the picture I'm looking at is basically the street view of everything. I really couldn't find anything in this video except for two things that kind of caught my eye, and these are pretty much optional, and it's kind of what this looks like to me. If you look all the way on the left, there's a church, building. If you were to go down to the street level, it looks like a dump truck or a garbage truck of some sort. You can even see what looks like to be 3 wheels, but some dump trucks will actually have an extra wheel, or even garbage trucks will have an extra wheel just in case one goes flat. Now, in the middle, this building is clearly from the view of where that hole was. So I believe that hole is actually going to be a drop-down area to get to the street level. Now, if you were to look from that point of view, from the picture we just talked about, if you were to look out straight, you're going to see what looks like a door into a building. Go right to that, to the right side intersection diagonal, and you're going to see what looks like a black car and what looks like to be a gas station of some sort. Now, this is all just a guess, but that car looks somewhat like a Mustang, maybe a Camaro. Once again, a 60s era car. Now, maybe not a lot of people have caught this. Going up from the Mustang all the way up into the air, you see what looks like a pair of 2 eyes. Whether or not that's of any importance or not, that's just, yeah. Also, something to note, the trees are white. So, I don't know if that has any significance to anything. But, yeah. Next picture I'm looking at is basically a close-up view of the diner, which looks like basically a subway car is the best way I can describe it. It's a building, once again, 60s era. Even on the left side, you can see what looks like to be a kind of a newspaper stand, yellow, and it's of course right next to a power line thing, telephone pole thing. If you live in America, you probably know what that is, but yeah, so diner. Now, what's interesting about this 60s era thing is if you were to think about all of our perk cola machines, they're all pretty much the same. You know, that kind of 60s era thingamajig. And so I've skipped to the next picture, and you can see what looks like to be on the left side. It's 2 pictures of, I want to say 2 different buildings. The one on the left is a diner, but it looks like it says diners, so it's like multiple diners. Now, what's interesting about these pictures is they don't look 60s era at all. In fact, they look more 80s, 90s era, with that kind of shanty town, downtown kind of bullshit. Basically, they just put a bunch of bricks together, no real, sleek, smooth, bodywork like the diner we just got done from looking. So it looks 80s-ish. Well, if you notice on the Black Ops 2 campaign, it's pretty much, gonna go from the 2025s to the 1980s. So, and the right one, what looks like to be a bunch of, it's just a big brown building. Once again, it looks like a restaurant, but on the top, it looks like it says gas or something like that. Now, if this was a gas station pump, I'm not really sure exactly where the gas station pump would be. And, just real quick, if you look over to the left, on the right side of the right picture, if you look over to the left, there's going to be what looks like to be a blue kind of area. This may be just the sky. But I had a feeling that that's actually the corner. If you look over to the left on the diner building, that white kind of corner all the way over to the left, that's actually the corner of that building. So this brown building is actually behind this diner to the left, somewhere where you can't see it. To further back up that theory, I mean, look at the grass on both of these areas. It kind of looks like, just nature basically took over the damn place. Can't let that happen. Just playing. So the next picture I'm looking at is the picture where it looks like there's a big ass, like Action Pack said, it looks like some fucking car could drive through this shit. So it's a big door. Now I noticed there's a poster, and he was talking about Fidel Castro, and honestly, this one didn't look like Fidel Castro until I scrolled on to the next one and I knew what he was talking about. So, yeah, pretty interesting. But if you look over to the left, Okay, there's going to be a window. There's going to be 2 bar stools basically right below this window, or at least one of them is. The other one's kind of in between a red window and this window. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's a fucking teddy bear looking right through the middle of that glass. And right above it, it looks like some childish writing, like the Pack-a-Punch machine. Not saying that's where the Pack-a-Punch machine is, but, you know, it could be some new form of, you know, something. Also, looking outside of the door where it looks like a car could drive through, there's going to be a little thing, and the best way I can describe it is it looks like a Wall-E, and it's not on the left, but that does look like Wall-E too. But if you were to go, I don't know, it's this big brown thing on the right. So the rightmost part of the opening to the door looks like what should be a Ford 60s era truck. So once again, further backing up that whole thing. So the next picture I'm looking at has a full pool table. Once again, 60s era. Pretty weird. And then of course the posters are picture frames with Fidel Castro. Now what's really interesting is this building itself does not look like American 60s. Because if it was, the stools would have been more likely some color that would have matched the rest of the building itself. You know, regardless of zombie apocalypse, it would have been remotely, you know, they wouldn't have just, yeah, maybe that's the best way to explain it. It would have matched. They would have had red bar stools with red walls. Even the pool table itself would have had red lining and a bunch of booths and stuff. So next picture, we see basically the same side, except it's a little bit over to the left. And there looks to be like some kind of refrigerator or something, and because of the color of it, it's not all the way on the left, but it's kind of behind the, it's in the picture before this one too. But it looks like what Double Tap would look like if, you know, the pictures were over, you know, like really blurry, like they were taken really fast. It looks like Double Tap, same shape, same everything. Other than that, on the left, there's something. It looks like a doorway to an alleyway, and that's probably not right. But it does look like it's an opening to the building going through the back. And above that, it looks like a, you know, a nuclear bomb symbol, like biochemical or some shit. You know, who knows? Going, you know, kind of with that, behind the bar is another symbol. Well, it looks like it would be the Deadshot symbol, maybe, or even the PhD flopper symbol. And you can't, you know, it's not like the nuclear or biohazard symbol. It's kind of just a purple color. Can't really tell what it is. And yeah, so see the Black Ops 2 thing. I don't know if this really has any relevance. The Call of Duty Black Ops 2 have blood splattered all over it. Obviously, Call of Duty Zombies has everything to do with blood splattering and all that stuff. So maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Just doing a quick run through right now. Make sure I didn't miss anything. And yeah, that looks like pretty much it. That's my observation. So I don't know about you guys, but yeah, that's definitely my observation. So yeah, I mean, I guess take a look at it for yourself. Check out Action Packed if you haven't already. He pretty much comes up with all the new stuff, and yeah. So that's it for this video. So if you want to, like, comment, subscribe. If you're new to my channel, I basically do all kinds of shit. Right now I'm all over the place, but do Black Ops 2 theory videos when I can, when people want it. I do try and get trailers of video games I really like out there. So you'll notice I have Transformer trailers and stuff like that. Do some Battlefield 3 stuff. But this isn't to promote my channel. This is a video response to what Action Pack did. So, yeah. That's pretty much it.